All right, folks, it is that time again. We have a pretty stacked episode for you guys today. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. Pro wrestling went crazy. Shit, everything went crazy this week. So, before we do that, what show are they about to get into, Lionel?
You are listening to the drama-free episode of Off the Top Rope.
Drama-free.
We are the only things that are drama-free here because, let me tell you, like Proffitt already said, a lot of stuff has happened this week. Everywhere. Not even just pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, man. Like, whew, what a week.
God. So we are going to immediately get into our little news cycle that we have going on, because I don't know how many of these topics we're going to talk about. I don't know, but we'll just go as we go. Proffitt, I'm gonna let you go with the first one. What should we talk about first?
You know what, man? Let's talk the one that's fresh off the presses, man. That Andrade
El Idolo has left WWE.
He didn't leave.
he did leave. Did he want to or not is the question.
Sounds like his ass got kicked out and immediately put on the alumni section. I'm just saying.
Bro, he is do you know how frustrating you have to be the first person taken from AEW to get booted? They haven't booted anyone else.
No, they just sidelined all of them. But yeah,
sidelined them.
They haven't booted anyone else. Man, like, so apparently, I'll just say allegedly. Okay?
Allegedly, we don't know.
We don't know for sure. He got popped for a wellness thing. He went to work, I think, about a month ago, and they pretty much kicked his ass out. Right then and there, they got security and they escorted him out, like right before SmackDown. So, and now that he's on the alumni page, I don't think they acknowledged yet that they let him go. This was just like, put out there, but he's in the alumni section, so we know he got let go.
Yeah. We're not going to stay on this one too much, but yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy, right?
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like, he wanted to go. He wanted out so bad.
But
remember,
he also, once he got to WWE, there was like a point, like what was it, like a year ago, where he was also making the same cryptic tweets that he was making when he was in AEW. So he wanted out of WWE also.
Yeah. So where I see him going is probably CMLL. Can't go to AAA no more. AAA is owned by WWE pretty much now, so the only place he's got now is like some indies or CMLL.
I can see him going to Japan.
Maybe.
Possibly. Realistically, though, it's more than likely going to be CMLL.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Because I'm not sure AEW will want to take a chance on him again, right?
I mean, he was one of the people that were having issues. Of course, he did that C2 run at the end and did what he was supposed to do. And he also lost to Miro.
Yep.
Right? But realistically, I wouldn't bother, if I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not going to lie to you.
This dude is kind of fickle, man. Like, from the past two runs. I can see he has his upsides, but they're not enough to, go against like how he was acting and what he was doing while he was in AEW.
Yeah. Damn good wrestler, insane personality. And it feels like I don't know about WWE side. I don't know how things are going over there. I mean, if we're going to talk about an announcement that happened earlier this week, we might have an idea on what's going on over there. But AEW's locker room right now seems like it's in a good place. Right? We don't know. We will never actually know what's going on back there. We're not going to sit here and pretend like we know. Yeah. But it seems like it's in a better place now than it was when Andrade was there. And I don't think that AEW want to ruin that just for having another good wrestler. They have damn near all the best wrestlers on the planet already. So why risk the health of your locker room for someone else?
Yeah. Well, this time he wouldn't be able to come in with the WWE prestige, right? Because they pretty much they sat him pretty much. They sat him most of the time, and then whenever they needed a match to go on the internet, they just have him face Carmelo Hayes, right?
Yeah.
Him and Carmelo Hayes versus 10 times. That's pretty much what they did. So I don't think they risk it by taking him. I think he has to go to CMLL, maybe stay there a while and prove himself, and maybe he could do a dual thing where he goes back and forth. We could see him in there like that. But as a full-time AEW guy, nah, I don't see that happening again.
If I'm AEW, I wouldn't take a chance on him again. Like, if you want to go CMLL, that's cool.
Yeah.
But you're not. I would not. I don't think it's a good idea to bring people who had problems previously just because they left the other company that they left. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. Like, it doesn't seem like a good idea to me. Especially CMLL, cool if you want to stay there, whatever, but I don't think he's going back to AEW.
Especially the way he went out. The way he went out is just, he didn't go out like Ray Phoenix, but he kind of, he went out close to it, right?
At least at the end, the one thing you could say about Andrade, he did what he was asked at the end.
Yeah.
Where he was in that C2, he didn't win, and then he lost that little bullshit feud with Miro. Even though, Miro's his whole other bag of problems, like the main problem guy. He did what he was asked, at least, but that's not a reason to bring him back, in my opinion.
Yeah, no. Like I said, it was less rocky than Ray Phoenix. We'll put it like that.
Exactly. All right, Matt.
In other news, let's talk about WWE WrestleMania going to Saudi Arabia.
Bro, the news broke this week that WWE Royal Rumble and WrestleMania are going to be in Saudi Arabia in 2027. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna say it like this because people are getting like really crazy about this, right? Not everyone in Saudi Arabia is bad. Saudi Arabians do deserve something because not everyone over there is bad. But this is the part that people don't want to understand. But
asterisks.
Yeah, the government of Saudi Arabia is not good, and the reason that they're doing this is to the term sports wash what they're doing in Saudi Arabia, what the government, what leadership is doing in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So two things can't be true. It's great for normal Saudi Arabian fans because they also deserve to have live entertainment, right? But Saudi Arabia is using all their money. Well, not all their money because they have like basically infinite money. They're using a ton of money to make everything seem like nothing is happening over there. And that's the truth of the matter. That's just how it is. Yep. So if you get mad about that, I'm sorry that you don't understand the truth. I'm sorry. Proffitt, do you have any like thoughts on the Saudi WrestleMania and Royal Rumble going to Saudi in 2027?
Well, WrestleMania. So what is it? Yeah, in 2027. You know what? I'm not surprised. No. At this point, I'm not surprised. Who was sitting front and center during the Canelo Crawford fight?
Bro, listen, we didn't even get to talk about that fight at all before we hopped on the podcast.
Yeah, I was waiting.
Bro, fucking he was not there for the first two fights, right? Once the first Saudi Arabian boxer came out, that's when he got the entrance. He went up to commentary and said hi to commentators while they were actively commentating. He was sitting with Jason Statham, Mr. Beast, and Dana White for the main event. Yeah. Like I don't know, but yeah, that's what they're doing. Is as much as I didn't know it was a Saudi Arabian event until last night. When I saw that Riot season in the middle of the ring, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, it's before we get to that, Bud beat the fuck out of Canelo.
Hell yeah. Bud whooped his ass.
Oh my god. I saw a bunch of people saying like, oh, if Canelo loses, I'm gonna do this. It's like, are y'all gonna be doing the stuff that y'all said? Some stuff that y'all said was insane.
Yeah, it's like I'm looking. I'm waiting to see something. I'm trying to see something here. Are you gonna do it? Because your boy got his ass whooped.
Oh, I couldn't find a round that Canelo won, but no. I see some people were giving him like 2 or 3 rounds. I'm like, that I guess I get it. Either way, it wasn't he wasn't gonna win.
No,
It wasn't gonna happen.
Look, Terrance Crawford did this. Look, he had the sweet science and a purpose, and this is a thing, man. Like in sports, especially when somebody has a purpose, and especially in like professional fights and stuff like that. If somebody has a purpose, they are incredibly hard to beat. They more than 9 times out of 10 they will win.
That's Bud wanted this fight for a long time.
Yeah.
He said he wasn't gonna fight anyone else until he fought Canelo.
Yeah,
Like last year, and he proved it. He proved why he wanted to fight Canelo. He wanted his name recognition, right? Because people were saying that he hasn't beaten anybody. That Bud hasn't beaten anybody, of importance. That it's all a bunch of nobodies. His record is like whatever. And listen, I understand if y'all have only seen Terrance Crawford when he fought Errol Spence and when he demolished Errol Spence. I fully understand that.
but Errol Spence wasn't he the undisputed champion at the time?
Errol Spence was the guy. Like,
yeah,
the same thing that happened with Canelo happened with Errol Spence. Everyone was saying like, oh, Terrance Crawford's not going to be able to beat him, all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then he demolished him also. Actually, it was low-key. Errol Spence got it worse than Canelo did.
Yeah, Errol Spence got it real bad. You see those things that, the losing pictures in Street Fighter with somebody all beat up and bulged in the face and stuff like that? Yeah, that was Errol Spence.
Errol Spence. Canelo got a couple knots, but he was able to survive. But he got outboxed like a mug, bro.
Oh, yeah, the sweet science always beats a brawler. All day. But Canelo ain't got no jab. All he does is go forward and do that, the rock'em sock'em robot style. They just swing and swing and swing until somebody gets knocked out. Well, when you're going against an actual boxer, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, if you can't hit him. And even then, when Canelo was able to start hitting him, it was having no effect.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't working.
It wasn't working. And people forget. Here's the point I was trying to make to some people. Terrance Crawford walks around at like 185. Normally. Yeah. So this is the first time he didn't have to do a dramatic weight cut to like 147 or what, I think he fought at 147 in the 147s and stuff like that.
Yeah, he went up he went up 2 weight classes for this fight.
Yeah. So if you're going from 180 down to 167, you know how easy that is? You don't lose no power. You're not going to lose power. Not in the way of doing that dramatic weight cut. You're not going to lose. It's closer to fighting at natural weight because as you're doing training camp and stuff like that, the first like 2 weeks of training camp, he probably lost 10 pounds. Mm-hmm. Right? So, and the rest of it's just going to come off naturally, the rest of the way during training camp. So when he's 167, he's going to have a little more power. He didn't lose no speed at all. My boy was crisp. He was fast. And Canelo couldn't handle it.
Bro, the fact that Bud was up like 7 rounds and was like, you know what? I want to fight. And ran in and started fighting Canelo for the rest of the fight. What are you doing?
When he wanted to. And the only reason he got a little cut was because Canelo accidentally headbutted him.
But look, can we be real about that cut for a quick second?
Yeah.
It didn't look like it was bleeding.
No.
He got the cut. I was looking for it. I was like, where is it? I don't see it. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay. That might be a problem. And then literally it didn't bleed.
Look.
It did nothing.
Look, I heard that story. They told the story on air. He got shot in the face and then drove himself to the doctor.
Bro, he got shot in the back of the head.
How gangster that is, dude. He got shot in the head and drove himself to the hospital. Think about what I just said.
His mom was his biggest hater. His mom was telling him that he ain't worth shit, he ain't doing shit, blah 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 blah, betting against him.
Yeah.
In hindsight, when you know Terrance Crawford's backstory, his origin,
yeah,
you understand why he's 42-0 and undefeated.
There's a lot of shit you can draw from.
So, also from Omaha, Nebraska, bro.
Yeah, that's where my wife's from.
See, what is there to do in Omaha? Other than fight. Someone tell me. I've never been to Omaha. I have no idea.
I'd have to ask my wife. Because I don't fucking know.
But yeah, bro, like, just... I know we went on tangent because we did talk about the Saudi Arabian government. But again, we had to say congrats to Bud. Because that was pound for pound. He is now... If he wants to box anymore, I hope he does. But if he doesn't, like that, he's our hope now. Because Tank is up out of here, bro.
Look, I don't blame him if he goes peace out. Because you know what? You know how... Look, you went out taking out the best in the world at the time. The face of boxing. You went out and took his ass out masterfully.
With being the first boxing event in Allegiant Stadium. Probably making one of the biggest paydays that a true boxer has made.
Yeah, and doing it in a fashion of he took on the best. That's the main
dominance.
Thing. Complete dominance. Like, okay, this is the last thing I'll say about the fight because I could talk all day about the fight. He was beating Canelo so bad that when Canelo was starting to get hit, he was starting to do that backup. That I don't know if you guys have ever seen Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and when Little Mac gets punched and he like flies back like that. Canelo was flying back like that, and he was getting frustrated. He couldn't get in. He couldn't do anything.
There were points in that fight where, and people, if you watch the fight, you'll understand. It's probably still on Netflix if you want to watch it right now. But if you watch the fight, there are points where Bud hits him, and Canelo hesitates, and Canelo does not ever hesitate.
Yeah.
Also, we had that one replay that they showed of it was a left hook that Bud threw. That threw Canelo's head back really far, and then he looked back like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. Like, the fuck just hit me? Like, hold on. And at that point, that's when Canelo started hesitating. Mm-hmm. He's like, whoa, hold on.
Like, wait. This isn't what's supposed to be happening.
He's way stronger than I thought.
Canelo's buying to the thing too, right? Oh, I know we're about to stop. We're going to stop right now. But Canelo's buying to the thing too, right? Saying like, oh, he's a smaller boxer. I'm not going to fall into that trap. There was no trap to fall into. He was barely smaller than him. Barely. Well, it looked the same size to me.
Yeah. No, it looks about the same size. Crawford was longer, and he used it. Right? Like, okay. This is truly the last thing I'll say. This was, like Lennox Lewis, right? What made Lennox Lewis so great was that he was long and he knew he was long. Mm-hmm. So he did the Larry Holmes thing where he'll just jab you to death. And then he'll hit you with all the heavy shit, the heavy artillery later, whenever he wanted to. Bud did the exact same thing.
You want to know something crazy about that?
What's up?
Canelo actually had the reach advantage by 4 inches. It didn't seem like it did it.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was the opposite.
No. Canelo had the reach advantage by like 4 inches.
Well.
Doesn't that makes your point even more?
Yeah.
He knew exactly what, Bud knew exactly what he was doing. It's shit's wild, bro. But yeah, as you can tell, as we don't really care about the Saudi Arabian news. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, it happened. Bianca Belair did her speech thing about it, and then other people did theirs. And yeah, it's in Saudi Arabia, and whatever.
Yeah, WWE's doing this thing right now where they're trying to make a bunch of money anyway, right? Like they're actively pricing out all of their fans, right? Like there was a quote, what was it, this week or last week, where they were talking about like Vince McMahon wasn't capitalizing enough on the amount of money he can make from ticket sales and stuff like that, something like that.
Yeah, so they were making a comparison. They said Vince McMahon knew his audience, right? So he priced his tickets accordingly to his audience, and everybody, the TKO, they're like, yeah, he didn't maximize his ticket sales and things like that. They're about to have a rude awakening, but.
Do you know how insane you have to be to make Vince McMahon look like the good guy in any situation?
Yeah.
It's Vince McMahon. And people are saying, oh, Vince knew business. Like, no, Vince also did not know business either. But y'all making this disgusting man look like a good person when it comes to ticket sales. Like, do you know how greedy you have to be to do that? Vince McMahon's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And there are people on the internet that don't like him. They're like, oh, well, at least he knew how to sell tickets. Like, are you kidding me? We've lost the plot completely.
Yeah. And I'm just going to say that TKO is going to have a problem. They're already starting to have problems because those arenas are starting to look a lot more empty now.
They've been downscaling apparently. Like I saw like a thing on Blue Sky where I don't remember which event it was. Like I'm sorry, but one of them was like a 7,000 seat arena, and that's small for WWE. So I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, it's a 7,000 seat arena, but like the tickets are like $1,000. So
yeah, the cheapest ticket was like $800 or something ridiculous. It's like, bro.
Yeah.
No.
So, like I said, they don't know. I think they know what they're doing with doing that, but
they're trying to make their money back because they bought WWE UFC for a ton of money, and both WWE and UFC are not returning the investment.
Well, one half is returning the investment, the other half isn't.
Apparently, UFC is not really doing too hot either.
Oh shit! Well, because I thought it was UFC was returning, having decent returns versus WWE ain't returning shit.
In comparison, from my understanding, I don't even know if I'm right about this. I don't know, but from what I've seen, like in comparison, UFC is doing better than WWE for sure, but they're not making enough money to return the investment of the money that Endeavor spent.
Oh, got it.
So they're doing better than WWE because it's UFC. Them arenas being sold out everywhere all the time, no matter what they do. So they're doing better, but it's not like enough.
Right.
But UFC hasn't really changed anything from my understanding, though. So actually, you might be right. UFC might be doing fine, and they're not really worried about that because nothing's changed in UFC.
Right.
They're changing a lot about WWE though.
So we'll see. And let's see. On top of that, it sounds like Paramount is going to put in a bid for WB Discovery. I doubt it actually goes through, though.
Even if that is true, I didn't even hear about that. If that is true, that would be... I don't think it'd be bad for AEW because AEW is also a multi... Like the... Not,
it'll be bad.
Well, like, Tony Khan is a multi-billionaire. And his father's a multi-billionaire. They'll be able to find something. Like, it wouldn't just die.
No, I'm not saying they'll die. The only reason I'm saying it would be bad is because they're, pretty much aligned with TKO, right? So a TKO aligned business buys the company that is putting on a counter programming company, a counter company, right?
Yeah.
They're going to try to get rid of that counter company. They're going to be like, well, you're gone.
They have to pay him and get rid of him, though. They couldn't just cancel the contract. They'd have to pay him.
Yeah.
But yeah, in my opinion, I don't think it's like too much of a concern. I feel like AEW will be able to find somewhere else to go. If something were to happen like that, AEW would be able to find another place to go. I don't think it would be that big of a deal.
Yeah. Well, but it would be almost like 2/3 of the market. Well, I'm not going to say 2/3 of the market. It seems that way, though. Would be all like TKO and shit.
Yeah, that would be the problem because they're already on ESPN, right? I think all the WWE pay-per-views are going to be on ESPN for like $40, right?
Yeah,
something like that. UFC is on Paramount starting next year, I believe. Yeah, so they would end up controlling like a lot of stuff, right? ESPN, they're with Disney, which means they have like an in with Disney also, which owns like 80% of things on top of that. It wouldn't be great. Like, I'm not saying it would be like fine. It would be great, but I feel like they'd be able to figure something out.
Yeah, and then they'll try to slide TNA in there.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a really weird situation. If they even are able to go through with this, we'll see what happens if they do. I mean, if not, nothing changes, right?
Yeah, if not, nothing changes. I don't think it's gonna happen though because they're gonna do a lowball cash offer, and they'll be like, "The fuck? No,
no,
we're not even in debt, so it's got to be higher."
Yeah, I don't know. If this is a different way to try to get them up out of here, right? It's a different way to get AEW up out of here because running shows ain't gonna work because they're WWE shows. I've been seeing, and this isn't me being a hater. I've been randomly getting a lot of like WWE stuff on my TikTok. I don't get wrestling things on my TikTok usually, like ever.
Yeah.
But I've been getting a lot of WWE things, and it seems like a lot of fans are not happy with what's going on over there currently. At least according to whoever's on TikTok. So who knows? I feel like they should probably focus on themselves first before they try to get a company out of business. But what do I know?
They should. They should, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any other news that we want to talk about? Like, this has been like WWE centric. Should we give some heat to Tony Khan?
Yeah, let's give some heat to Tony Khan.
Tony Khan was in an interview. I don't know where the interview was. Someone had asked about a women's C2. Someone also asked about the women's tag title tournament that we've been waiting for. Tony Khan said that he would love to do it, but there are a lot of energies in the women's division currently. My question is, where? Who is injured to the point where these women can't have tag titles or a C2? Like, this is no disrespect, but are we expecting Ruby Soho to win the C2? Is that why we're not doing the C2? Is that who you plan to win it? Ruby Soho? Kiera Hogan? I don't know. Proffitt, what are your thoughts on the lack of these tournaments that we've been expecting and Women's Blood and Guts also, that we've been expecting over like the last 6 months?
I don't know. I think it's weird. I think it's really weird. I feel like it's more of he doesn't want to do it. That's what it's like feeling like. It's feeling like he just doesn't want to do it. You have, and I don't understand why, because like you have literally one of the best women's rosters out there. And a women's C2, do you know how much that would do? You know how great that would look?
Bro, that shit would bang, bro.
You get all the top women in AEW into the women's C2, have them going for a like a continental title, or they get something to where they can get a title shot somewhere. That shit will go hard, man. Like, I'm looking at the women's division right now, and they are pretty much in full force for the most part. The last big injury just came back, which was Jamie Hayter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone else is injured right now.
Of the women who are on TV consistently? Yeah, Jamie Hayter was like the last one. Because if you want to, Red Velvet's injured, right? But she's been doing Ring of Honor things.
Right.
Ruby Soho had a baby a year ago, so she probably ain't coming back for a little bit.
Not for a little bit, no.
Who else? Even Camille. Camille's not injured. She's just not on TV.
Yeah, she needs to do a Ring of Honor run.
Yeah. The last big woman who has been on TV consistently coming back now is Jamie Hayter. Which means that you average about 10 to 14 women currently that you cycle on TV.
Shit. We had 14 in the span of... Well, no. It was like 16 in the span of 2 days.
Yeah.
Right? You had the 10-woman tag, and you had a tag match and a singles match.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, if we went off of just that, you have enough to be able to do that. Even if we were just talking to C2, you have more than enough to do the C2.
The women that have been on TV this week: Alex Windsor, Anna Jay, Harley Cameron, Jamie Hayter, Emi Sakura, Julia Hart, Chris Statlander. Technically Layla Gray, but she was backstage. That counts also. Mm-hmm. Marina Shafir, Megan Bain, Mercedes, Mina, Penelope Ford, Queen Aminata, Riho, Skye Blue, Ty Mello. Ty Valkyrie was on TV recently. Tekla, Tony Storm, Willow Nightingale.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can break off some of them. Even if you don't want to do like a C2 of like six people in each block, you can do 4 easily. You can do 5 easily. It's a round robin tournament. They just got to wrestle each other. That's all they got to do.
Yeah. There's no reason you can't do it.
There's also no reason why we don't have these tag titles at this point. Because these other women need something to do, bro. Like, cool, they get a tailgate brawl. That's great. I'm happy that they're going to be on TNT, by the way, for that pre-show for All Out, which is dope.
Mm-hmm.
But the women need more than just a TBS championship and the world championship to fight over. They have literally nothing else.
Literally nothing else. And the men's have so many titles.
Okada got 3 of them.
Yeah, Okada has 3 of them by himself. So, like, come on, Tony. Stop making excuses.
Hey,
Like, we can make a 16-person tag team bracket right now.
should we? We could.
We could.
Out of tag teams that have been made on AEW. Like, we wouldn't be making up tag teams.
We have active tag teams right now. We have, let's see, we have Chris Statlander, Harley Cameron. We have Megan Bain, Penelope Ford.
That's one match right there.
We have TJ. We have Triangle of Madness. So it'd probably be Skye Blue and Julia Hart.
That's one side of the bracket right there. Done.
And so we can have, depending on if Toni Storm's still out of title or not, or if Toni Storm is just like, fuck it, I want to wrestle anyway, which is a very Toni Storm thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Toni Storm, Alex Windsor. And we have the Renegade Twins. People keep forgetting about the Renegade Twins.
One of them is going to be on TV this week against Riho.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
And we can have like Team Axe Murder, Riho, and like Hikaru Shida. Because Shida's back in the States.
And Shida got her tag team partner already, bro.
Yeah, she has her tag team partner, and it's even more of an Axe Murder team than. Yeah. So we put that team in there.
You got Athena, Billy Starks also.
Athena,
They haven't been on
Billy
TV in like last 2 weeks, but they could be a tag team.
Well, Athena, no, not Athena. Billy Starks was on Ring of Honor this week. Billy Starks is everywhere, dude. Like, if she's not on TV, she's everywhere. So,
she's young. She's young, bro. So
Yeah.
she got the energy.
Yeah, I think Athena's taking time off.
She just hit 1,000 days, so she's probably like chilling.
Yeah. So, but I'm pretty sure she would come back to do a tag team title tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do Athena, Billy Starks. If it wasn't Athena, Billy Starks, it would be like Athena. If Red Velvet wasn't hurt, Athena, Red Velvet.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
We need one more match to make a bracket. By the way, that's it.
Well, shit. You put Thunder Rosa and shit. You put Thunder Rosa on almost anybody.
Thunder Rosa's had a tag team with a few women already at this point.
Yeah. Like, that's what I say. You could put Thunder Rosa with almost anybody. Shit, well, fuck it. We'll do Thunder Rosa, Jamie Hayter.
That works.
And then for the final team, I'm not sure about the final team.
If you wanted to, we technically just had they lost, but we had an Emi Sakura Mercedes Mone team. If you want to throw them in there also.
Emi
technically.
and Mercedes. There.
Yeah.
16. And the first part of the teams only have to be in on the first week.
Yeah.
Right?
4 teams are out immediately.
Yeah. 4 teams are immediately out.
That's 8 women right there. Done. You could do something else. That's half a C2.
And then the next week, the other half of the C2 is out. So, I don't know, man. There was, I think you counted, what? There's 39 women on the AEW women's roster.
Yeah.
There's about, with injuries and stuff like that, there's about 30 to 32 active.
Mm-hmm. And remember, this isn't even counting, like, the Renegade Twins aren't on here, right?
Yeah. They're Ring of Honor.
Yeah, like, there are a bunch of Ring of Honor women that aren't on here also. And how this works now at this point, they're basically the same contract. Ring of Honor and AEW, if you don't know, are owned by the same guy. So it's the same contracts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Queen Amanada and Mina. Oh, God damn it. Why did I forget about that?
Yeah, we didn't even add that one. That's another team. if you want to just get rid of the if you want to get rid of the made-up team that we made, you can put them in there.
Yeah, just put them in there.
Done.
Just saying. Make it happen, Tony. Let's do this.
Yeah, stop making an excuse. Like, we also got, like, a Lady Frost who's on the Ring of Honor roster, right? Yeah. We have the Renegades who are on the Ring of Honor roster. Trish Adora, Ring of Honor roster.
Mm-hmm.
So, at this point, there's no excuse. Yeah. You just don't want to do it.
Trish Adora would be fucking fantastic in the C2.
Yes. If you just don't want to do it. And you can't just say that, because if you say that, that's saying that you don't have... You can easily jump off the deep end on that part, saying if you don't want to do it.
No, you'd fuck yourself doing that.
Yeah, like, oh, you don't care about women's wrestling. That's immediately what people would say. Shit, yeah. That's what I would say. Like, I'm not gonna lie about that. Oh, you don't want to do it? Oh, you don't care about women's wrestling? That's exactly what I would say.
Yeah, like stop, stop the cap. Stop it.
At the bare minimum, you said that these women's tag team titles were made already.
Yeah,
these women are back, bro. It's time. Give these other women something else to fight over. If you're not even gonna give them a blood and guts match, which feels like we've been building for that for months, give them at least the tag titles, something.
I don't know why they don't want to do a blood and guts match. Like, low key, some of the bloodiest matches in AEW were all the women's matches. The hardcore women's matches.
One of the best ones was Ty J versus the Bunny and God bless. The Rampage one. That Rampage street fight. With Ty Mello and Anna Jay versus the Bunny and oh my god. I can't remember the name. But everyone, if you know that, you might know the match. If you've been watching for a while, you probably know the match. I can't believe I can't remember who the last person was.
Speaking of the Bunny, though, she's coming back.
She's wrestling again?
She says she's starting to train again.
AEW bring her back. It was a mistake to let her go.
Yeah. I think she'd more likely come back to AEW. Probably started watching the women go, and she's like, ooh, hold on. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, Tony, you're going to get some heat from us because there's no reason you can't do the C2. The women's C2 or a women's tag tournament.
Penelope Ford was the last one in that match, by the way. It was Anna Jay and Ty Mello versus the Bunny Penelope Ford.
Penelope Ford.
Yeah, that's who it was. But yeah, Proffitt, I fully agree with you. If at some point we don't have it bare minimum them tag titles by the end of the year, it's a problem.
Yeah, and it's a killer because you got the women to do it. Like you got a bunch of teams right now. When they start wearing the same gear, okay, matching gear, we got a lot that are tag teams now. So let's go.
And even if we didn't, you have partnerships. Proffitt, we haven't even talked about that part yet. You can easily get some CMLL women in here.
Exactly. We didn't even talk about that.
Like, easily.
Like, I'm pretty sure, very sure, if you did a women's C2, you could get Persephone immediately.
Well, she would, also almost guaranteed. She's already been talking about wanting to fight Mercedes again. Yeah.
In Arena, Mexico.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, like, you could get a lot of the CMLL women. Even I'm pretty sure you could get the former CMLL women's champion in there. You could get Persephone. And you could get a whole slew of women from that women's division. And I'm pretty sure you can get some from Stardom and things like that, too.
At this point, you don't want to. Like, it's getting to the point now where Tony Khan just does not want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's what that feels like, man.
Mm-hmm. All right, we gave smoke to WWE. We gave smoke to AEW. Are you ready? Oh, you know what? Before we go into, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
We talked about it. We talked about it earlier before this.
Okay.
Did AEW stay in the 2300 arena for too long?
Let's see.
It's been 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
It feels that 3 Dynamites, 3 collisions.
No. They didn't stay there too long. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah, I think it's whatever. I know people are worried about 2300 arena now, so who knows?
Because they're going off this weird shit that's been going on online that, to get bigger on this, get more audience and things like that, you need to be in bigger arenas. It's like, no, we already seen that doesn't work.
Yo, remember when they weren't in big arenas and they weren't selling out half of them, and everyone laughed at them?
Yeah, it doesn't work. Like, flat out.
Bro, I went to a collision in Vegas that was like super empty, right? The what was it, Double or Nothing 2023?
Yeah, the one we went to, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went to that Dynamite collision, and let me tell you, sitting in that arena was fucking depressing.
Yeah.
Because I was on the last side. I was on the last row that had fans in it.
Uh-huh.
And when I tell you, the rest of that arena being empty, I don't want to say how much it was. That shit was demoralizing for me as a fan. Sitting there. Yeah. So no. They are doing now what they're supposed to be doing. They're going in arenas that are more appropriate. Well, not more appropriate for them because they can do bigger ones. They also do big events for pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. They're literally outselling WrestlePalooza.
Yes.
So
people don't realize that.
So, like, y'all, whatever, who cares?
And I think the other thing, too, is, like, just the whole thing of this week where people were talking about, I think it was this week or it was last week, talking about, like, how many, the ratings going down and things like that. It's like, everybody's ratings went down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, WWE's ratings weren't great. AEW's ratings weren't great. Guess what they're competing against? We talked about it last week. Pro football.
God sport.
You can't fuck with God sport, man. You ain't fucking with pro football.
No.
I'm pretty sure this week, Collision didn't do great because it was during it was during when the Terrance Crawford Canelo event.
I didn't watch Collision live. I watched Collision the day that we recorded. I watched it today, Sunday.
Yeah. So, there's variations. And, of course you had old Eric Bischoff immediately going, ha, 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 I told you so. It's like, fuck off.
Bischoff, they're not giving you a job, bro. Move on.
Yeah. All-American Wrestling ain't doing that great either, is it?
Apparently not. I don't even know. They had a show already. I don't know what happened with that show.
It was ass.
Of course it was.
Anyways, don't worry about it. Even though the so-called rating was low, they were at the top. The thing you guys don't understand is they were pretty much number one in whatever demographic they were going for, and on cable that night. So they were either number one or number two. So as long as that doesn't go away, as long as they didn't suddenly go to like 15th or something like that, ain't shit to worry about.
Do you know that we've been doing this podcast for over a year, and this might be the second time that we talked about ratings?
Huh.
We don't talk about them here.
Yeah, we don't talk about them here.
At all.
But this was just in the context of people's thought process of they need to be going to bigger arenas for the fake show.
Well, yeah. You know how it is. AEW can never do anything right. Like, it doesn't matter what they do. To a certain group online, they can't do anything right. So who cares?
No, they just moved the goalposts next week.
Yeah, every time. It never fails. They just did 30,000 people in an arena 2 months ago. They're about to do 10,000 in another arena, but apparently they're in arenas that are too small for them.
Well, you know what? This week they're in a big arena. I'm pretty sure it's sold out. So
yes, it's a big arena this time. I don't know how many people are in it, but it's a big arena.
So we get a nice 3-hour broadcast in a giant arena. So we're good. Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing to worry about. AEW's trucking along, having the best show on TV. Sorry.
Exactly. And so I know we don't talk about ratings too much, Profit, but you know what we do talk about every week.
That segue though. We talk about the good old AEW action.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
AEW Dynamite.
Tell the people what happened on Dynamite this week, Profit.
Man, look. Look, let me tell you. We came out swinging, as we have been the past the past 2 months. We come out swinging. We immediately had our grudge match, Hangman Adam Page and the Canadian GOAT, Josh Alexander. Let me tell you, man. These guys came out, they didn't care. They just fucked each other up the whole match, man.
This match was better than the Josh Alexander debut.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They went in even more this time. First time, they were figuring each other out. This time, it's go time. They stepped on the gas. This was it,
bro. This was the TNA Josh Alexander that people have been waiting for. This was it.
Oh yeah. Hey, you already know. on this podcast, we love Josh Alexander.
Second Canadian GOAT, bro.
Just saying. Man, there was one point though. I thought Josh Alexander almost died. Because Hangman did the fucking dead eye on the side of the ring. Jesus Christ.
I was worried about Josh Alexander's neck. Like, I thought he snapped. I was like, oh no, not again.
I thought he was dead. But he got back up and started fucking wrestling the shit out of Hangman. But, of course, Punk has, fuck Don Callis. We gotta at least say it once. But Don Callis is like the best manager in pro wrestling right now. He tried to do the distraction. Archer and Rocky Romero tried to get in there and intervene, but it didn't even matter. You ain't gonna stop the hanger. And Hangman got in there and hit that buckshot lariat on Josh Alexander and got the pin. This was a hell of a match, man. What did you think?
This was a very fun opener for Dynamite. Like I said, Josh Alexander is he has now arrived. He's on. Do you know what path he's on right now?
What path is that?
He's on that swerve path. Actively right now.
Yep.
Swerve was doing the same thing when he joined.
Yep.
So don't be surprised if you see Josh Alexander being like TNT champion in the next 365 days.
Yeah. So look, he's on the same path that you may already mentioned Swerve. I'm going to mention Takeshita.
Oh yeah.
Because Takeshita was also on that path. Shit, Takeshita was wrestling on Dark. If you guys don't remember, you guys look it up. Takeshita on Dark. AEW Dark.
Takeshita looked so different back in those days too.
Yeah, but you could already tell when my first time seeing Takeshita was on AEW Dark. And even on that point, I was like, holy shit, this guy's ridiculous.
when they said he was the ace of DDT, I was like, there's no way. He's too young to be that. And then when you go look up DDT matches that he was having,
yeah,
the fact that he's only improved since then is also insane.
Oh no, yeah, Takeshita is it. Takeshita is the shit, dude.
Man.
But yeah, he is on that same path. And there was a few more people on the same path, but AEW is interesting because it's like for certain people, they're like, okay, have these incredible matches, lose incredibly, lose spectacularly, protect each other, all that stuff, and lose spectacularly. And eventually, what happens is you go from losing spectacularly to winning and getting those title shots and getting the titles and representing the company more. Because immediately Tony Khan starts trusting you.
Mm-hmm. That was literally Harley Cameron's storyline.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep. So, and Josh Alexander's on that same path. Well, he's going to be champion of something at some point.
Like I said, I expect him to have a title in the next 365 days.
So, right after this, Hangman cuts a promo, and he stands face-to-face with Kyle Fletcher. And he said, hey, he's like, you want this title shot? You're going to have to earn it, and you're going to have to do it alone. One-on-one. You want this? You're going to have to do it one-on-one. Pretty much. And, we left with that stare down. So, we got a fantastic match, fantastic in-ring face-off. What did you think, man?
The dynamic between Hangman and Kyle Fletcher was very interesting to me because it definitely looked like Hangman was looking in the mirror, right? From the early AEW days.
Mm-hmm.
So it was interesting to see that dynamic, see Hangman be the big vet and Kyle Fletcher. We know Kyle Fletcher ain't winning that title. Like, we all know that. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's, if you think he's winning, I think you're not really watching the show at this point. But it was interesting to also see Fletcher hold his own in the situation too.
Yeah.
Because, we've seen it, right? We've seen Fletcher grow in every aspect of the game at this point. But to see him stand face-to-face with Hangman and not feel like he was in over his head makes me proud of someone who's been watching Aussie Open since 2019. I'm very interested in this world title match. This men's world title match.
Oh, that match is going to slap.
It's going to be so damn good, bro.
They're going to go off. I can't wait.
Next week.
Yeah. Well, technically, this week.
Oh, yeah. By the time this drops, it's going to be this week.
Yeah. So, it's going to be some good shit, man. I can't wait.
So excited.
So, let's see. After this, we had an MJF promo. And MJF is pretty much, he's like, hey, I do. Which is pretty much, he's playing off of his wedding, right? But he's going to accept whatever stipulation Mark Briscoe names that Collision for their all-out match. I bet he probably wishes he never did that.
It's a little crazy, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. And then we had Jon Moxley giving a pep talk to the Bucks. And the Bucks were in catering, man. Poor Young Bucks, they have fallen.
They didn't want to sit with the Dark Order. Dark Order said, nah, bro. Cutler came back and said, shut up, Young Bucks. It was crazy.
Cutler was like, fuck you guys. You guys are assholes. Hey, they did leave Cutler to get killed by Mox.
That was the last time we seen him on TV, huh?
Yep, that was the last time we seen him on TV because it was after the Bucks lost the title to Private Party. And they ran because they were like shredding all those papers and shit. They ran and they left Cutler there, and Mox and the Death Riders caught him and beat the hell out of him. So yeah, that was the last time we saw him. But Mox was like, "Yo, help us out. We win the 10-man. We'll let you guys have 200. We don't even want the 500K. You get 250K each. You guys get to split it." And the Bucks were motivated at that point.
The broke Bucks, man. They need the money.
So now we go into a tag match. Riho and Alex Windsor versus the TBS champ, Mercedes Mone and Emi Sakura. Man, look, what can I say other than everybody was knocking the shit out of each other in this match. They were beating each other up, man. And, you know, there was one point where when Riho and Windsor was doing their dives on the outside, I almost thought one of them was going to miss because it almost looked like that. But, look, at the end, Riho and Windsor win. Windsor gets Mercedes in the sharpshooter. And and then Emi Sakura, she taps out to the single leg crab. They were both tapping actually, but I think like it was Riho, Emi Sakura were the legal ones. Mm-hmm. And that was it. It's just glad to see Riho back. Riho is just. I need Riho with the pipe though. Riho didn't. You need to start carrying around the pipe again, Riho. That's a power up right there.
I mean, she didn't need it for this match because she was beating the shit out of Mercedes.
Yeah, she was beating the hell out of her. Riho, what's... Hey, hold on. Why are you so angry, Riho?
There was a drop kick. You know that Riho drop kick that she does on the bottom rope?
Yeah.
Mercedes looked dead and Riho smiling, and I know in that moment, Mercedes is like, why am I a wrestler?
Why the fuck is she hitting me so hard?
Like, why am I doing this? Why am I putting my body through this right now?
Because Riho's going in, man. Like, it's good stuff. It's good to see Riho back because it just adds another layer to the women's division. And we had another, women's tag match in a tag division that needs a tag title, Tony.
Yeah, it's past time. Please.
Yeah. But I will, I'm not going to beat that dead horse too much longer. If you want the full explanation, you can scroll back and you can hear us talking about it again.
Mm-hmm. It's on this podcast.
It's on this podcast. Hell, if you want to link it to Tony Khan himself so he can listen, you can do that too.
Mm-hmm. With our luck, like right after All Out is going to be the announcement. With how things have been going on this podcast lately.
Yeah, you never know. You'll catch Wayne like, oh yeah, bet.
just to spite us specifically.
Hey, you're not spiting us. Now, if we tricked your ass into doing it,
yeah, you're giving us what we want.
Give me what I want, Tony Khan. So after this, we had the interview with Ricochet. He said they have a gentleman's agreement. Mm-hmm. Ricochet challenges Shelton Benjamin, and he tells Shelton Benjamin, "Hey, leave everybody backstage. I'll leave everybody backstage. We fight 1-on-1 tonight." And Shelton Benjamin was like, "Yeah, all right." And then right after this, we had FTR and FTR versus. Well, it was a package, right? Mm-hmm. So it was like all the titles and all the things FTR won, all the titles and everything Cope and Cage won. Even showing their WWE pictures. So yeah, it was a good. It was a pretty good package. So we're gonna see this war happen in less than 6 days. and then we have the Hurt Syndicate backstage, and Shelton Benjamin lets them know, he's like, "Hey, I got this. I'm gonna run into the fight. I'm gonna do it by myself."
Mm-hmm.
And MVP was like, "All right, okay." He was trying to stop him, but he's like, "Okay, we'll do it your way for now." Pretty much, we'll do it your way, but if shit goes down, we're coming out immediately. So immediately after this, it was Ricochet versus Shelton Benjamin. Man, Shelton Benjamin was laying it into Ricochet, dude. I think he killed Ricochet like 5 times during that match.
I think Shelton Benjamin forgot, since he hasn't wrestled a singles match in a little bit. I think Shelton forgot that he don't have to kill people when he's wrestling. He was hurting Ricochet more than he normally hurts people in matches.
Well, it was in the song, man. He was hyped up from the song. I get hyped every time.
Every time, it's true.
I don't know, it just does something to you. So, of course, when Ricochet is getting his ass kicked, Bishop Khan and Toa Leona comes out. And, gets the distraction enough to where Toa Leona headbutts Shelton Benjamin. Ricochet rolls him up, gets the win. But that's not it. So after the pin, chaos ensues because Lashley and MVP come out, and it's an all-out war on the outside. Like, shit, even MVP did a little Tomo throw with his cane and shit. I was like, oh, look at MVP, dude. And Bobby Lashley and Toa Leona were, I think, actively trying to kill each other.
I think they also forgot that this is a TV show.
Because they were, the way they were fighting on the outside, they were going hard, man. I think Bobby in the back told him, all right, let's just do it like a real fight. It's like, Bobby, you're crazy, dude. Stop.
They have a match this Wednesday on Dynamite, and I'm scared.
Someone's gonna die, dude. They're gonna fight.
Oh, I think this is on my chest really quick. I was talking about Bud having Canelo having the reach advantage. I was wrong. It was Bud. You were right. It was
okay.
Bud.
That's what I thought. It was 74 inches to 70.
Yeah, I can't read. So.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be. This feud is good. I'm really enjoying this little feud that's going on between the Hurt Syndicate and Ricochet and crew.
I hope this kind of extends out. What I want is I don't want this to end at All Out. I want this to go like at least one more, maybe not one more pay-per-view, maybe like a couple more weeks, and I want the winner of this to be the Trios titles #1 contender.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Ops versus the Syndicate. Whew.
That'd be great.
Actually, either one is great.
We just got Ricochet and them versus the Ops, but that wasn't like a full thing, right? Because it got kind of interrupted.
Oh yeah, it kind of got interrupted.
So it'd be nice to see like a full thing. I think either team would be great. And
yeah,
I don't want to sit here acting like I'm trying to take the Trios titles off of the Ops, because I want Katsuyori Shibata to hold every title for the rest of his life. But it would be nice to see another team with those Trios titles, even if it is something like the Syndicate. Well, wait, I don't even know why I said it like that. I don't even know why I said it like that. I don't know what that was. I would just like to see another team with the Trios titles.
Because right now, it looks like the tag titles are going from company to company right now.
Yeah, they were just in CMLL, right?
Yep, they were just in CMLL defending over there. So after this, we had Hook, and he was talking about, he was reflecting on what Joe and Hobbs had to say about, having his back no matter what. And he was pretty much like, hey, it's time for me to stand on my own. Or with a group. And I'm like, who would Hook join? Or who is Hook gonna get?
I think that's the interesting part about it, right? Also, can we just give a shout out to Hook? Because this was Hook's best promo.
Yeah.
Like, best. Also, I really enjoy how AEW handles things like this. Like, because he he understood, but he was still upset, and that is emotional intelligence that we don't get to see in wrestling very often. Like that's that's around the same as like Hangman and Swerve during that conversation, right, when they had in the back before All In.
Yep.
So we don't really get that a lot from wrestling, so it's nice to see that. Like Hook is like, yeah, look, I understand and I appreciate that they're gonna have my back. It's time for me to do my own thing though. And like you said, I really want to know who Hook, if it's gonna be like a group that he's joining, or if they're bringing people in. I'm very curious about what that means for Hook in going into the future.
Huh. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? There's some people we haven't seen in a while. It'd be interesting if he joined up with them.
Who are you thinking?
I'm thinking, okay, this is out there, okay? And I don't know how this would fucking work.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Perry and eventually Luchasaurus.
Didn't what was that match? It was Hook versus Jack Perry at All In, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so they do have a history there. It could work. Like, it would make sense if it was Jack, right? Because they had history.
Yeah.
And they could figure things out, right? Because if we're gonna bring in BTE storylines, Jack Perry was trying to call the Bucks on like a video from a couple weeks ago, and they just ignored it. So that'd be another really good way to bring him back, right? Like the people who were like forgotten, or who were left behind by their groups.
Yep, who were like pretty much left behind, kicked out. Not even kicked out of their groups. They're just left out.
They're left out. They didn't even get the. I would feel more disrespected if I was just like left out and not told that I was out, right?
Yeah,
that's what happened. That's literally what happened to Jack Perry and Hook. So
and Hook getting not Hook, but Jack Perry bringing in Kill Switch, or we're just gonna call him Luchasaurus because it's Luchasaurus.
Yeah, I don't know why he's still being called Kill Switch. That was literally his name when Christian brainwashed him.
Yeah, so I think that team that'd be a very interesting team.
That would also be
dynamic, but it would be interesting.
That would also be another trio for the Trios division that is kind of needed right now.
Yeah, because that's where it sounds like it's going. He's going to make a trio. Like, well, fuck you guys. I'm going to make my own trio.
Well, honestly, like Jack Perry and Luchasaurus makes the most sense to me too. I don't know who else it would be. Like because it has to be someone, in my opinion, it has to be someone that has like the same vibe as Hook right now, right? Like Hook can't join like Frat House, right? Hook can't join the Swirl.
Yeah, no.
Like why? That doesn't make any sense to me. It would have to be someone like a Jack Perry and like a Luchasaurus.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think that would be interesting. It'd be fun. It'd be real fun. But we'll see in the coming weeks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever it is, I think they're gonna probably pop. They're gonna come. They're gonna pop out during All Out.
Yeah, because we don't even have like a. I don't know how this how the pre-show is gonna work, because they're still doing the pre-show on YouTube, but they're also doing the tailgate thing on TNT. So I don't think they're gonna run simultaneously. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know why they would do that.
Yeah.
Unless they're running like simultaneously on YouTube. It's the same show on YouTube and TNT.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out in a few days.
Mm-hmm. So right after this, we had Tony Schiavone, of course, gives the update that we got our world title match at All Out, which is Hangman and Kyle Fletcher. It's official, and Kyle Fletcher agreed to leave Don Callis, the whole Don Callis family, in the back. And Don Callis is like, "Hey, I trust you to bring the bell home." So we'll see. Now we have the Philly street fight between Toni Storm and Skye Blue. Man, this was a fun fight.
It was so good. Toni
Storm coming out like the Sandman. I'm so upset Toni didn't want to fork out the money for Enter the Sandman, though. Come on, Toni. This was your one chance.
It's funny. I defaulted to Toni Storm when you said that. I was like, Toni can't do. Oh yeah, that's right. Khan, not Storm.
Oh shit!
I was like Toni Storm. Like I know she has a lot of power. That's right, Tony Khan. That's right. Yeah. He exists.
I'm upset he didn't make that happen, but it's okay.
She had that kendo stick signed by Sandman though. It's kind of awesome.
She beating the shit out of Skye Blue with it. Well, actually, they beat the hell out of they both beat the hell out of each other with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was one part where Sky Blue stapled Toni Storm's ass with a staple gun. And Toni Storm did unspeakable things with the staple gun. Just other stuff. She stapled Sky Blue in other areas with the staple gun. It was a crazy match. There was the mouse traps on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh god. Toni Storm got power bombed into it. Oh god.
And the table didn't break.
It didn't break, and all the traps went off. It was like, oh god, that shit had to hurt, man.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like so. This match ends with Toni Storm doing the hip attack onto a sign, and then doing the Storm Zero and getting that pin. So after the match, the Trial of Madness came out, and they started beating up Toni Storm. Chris Statlander comes out. She tries to make the save. She gets beat up a little bit. Then Jamie Hayter comes out, and she starts clearing the ring, and then she goes for a clothesline. I think she was trying to do it to Tekla. Tekla gets pulled out of the way, and she hits Chris Statlander with the lariat. And then Tekla spears Toni Storm. And yeah, that was the end of it. So, what did you think, man?
This was probably my match of the night. I was really excited when this match got announced, and they went out there and delivered. And also, I'm not gonna lie to you, Proffitt. I'm very happy they didn't go like super crazy with this match. Like they did a couple wild things, but with Sky Blue, you never know what that maniac's gonna do. So it was nice that they kept it like semi-tame. Like the staples were hilarious because Toni Storm got stapled in a lot of places that probably shouldn't be stapled. Yeah, overall it was really good. I really enjoyed the match.
Well, what I loved was Toni Storm came out like two people. She came out like New Jack in the beginning of it. Because, you got the trash can, and then, like, she just didn't do the shopping cart part. But she came out with the trash can full of shit. And then she did she was drinking something. I think she drank a soda or something and smashed a can on top of her head like Sandman does. Oh, yeah.
She didn't do it, like, all the way, though, because she didn't bleed.
Yeah. Well, Sandman's drunk before he comes to the ring anyway, so, yeah. He can't even feel it. But, yeah, that was a great match, man. And then the ending, too, with everybody for the 4-way popping up. Yeah, it's good stuff. So, we go backstage. And we have Harley Cameron trying to make peace between... Well, it's Harley Cameron with Willow Nightingale trying to get Willow to, forgive Stat for the most part. Willow pretty much cuts her off. Is like, hold on. No. This ain't happening. She's like, I like you a lot, Harley, and I would team with you, but Chris Statlander, oh, hell no. Nope. Not happening. And it would be best for you to look out for yourself because you don't know when she's going to turn on you because she's doing a lot of the same things with you that she did to me. So we got some foreboding and some foreshadowing going on, right?
This is more that emotional intelligence I was talking about earlier in the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is very valid. Like, all Willow said was, hey, I'm good. You should just watch out for yourself, though, just to be safe.
Yep.
And low-key, Statlander kind of gave reasons to worry about that on Collision, and we'll talk about that later.
Mm-hmm. So and then after this, we got the announcement of an AEW Unified Championship tournament out of nowhere. So you can make a Unified Championship tournament, but you can't make a tag tournament.
You know what's funny about that, Proffitt? That you said that?
What's that?
That was the first thing I said about the tournament. Like, my hype came up in after when I saw the people in it, but when I heard about the tournament, I was like, why is it not the women's tag? What are we doing?
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. This tournament's kind of hyped, though.
It's still hype. Like I said, my second reaction was being very hyped about who was in it and seeing the interaction that we're most likely going to get. Mm-hmm. But my first thought was, this ain't the tournament that I wanted, but it's a tournament that I will accept.
Yeah, we have, so to break down the tournament, we have Okada versus Michael Oku. That took place on the Collision. Takeshita versus Anthony Bowens. That also took place on Collision. And on Dynamite this week, it's going to be Mortos versus Mascara Dorada on Dynamite. And that's going to be a banger, dude.
Oh, yeah.
we're going to talk about it on Collision, but we have 2 of the 3 contestants already. So, yeah, the third one's going to be on Dynamite. And the final is going to be a 3-way dance, pretty much.
At All Out.
At All Out. So it's going to be fun, man.
Mm-hmm. I'm very excited for that match. Even though we only have 2 other participants that we'll talk about on Collision, I'm already excited. Despite the fact that one of the participants should be in Japan right now, but that's neither here nor there.
Should be in Japan? Oh, yeah, Takeshita.
Yes. That's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna get on my high horse about that this week.
Yep. So the main event, we had the Death Riders, Mox, Claudio, and Yuta, and the Young Bucks versus Brodito and the Ops. Let me tell you, man, this is another one of those matches that they just went crazy. They didn't stop either. There was, but I think the match everybody wants to see. They want a singles match between Hobbs and Claudio, because the second that those 2 faced off, people went crazy. Man. Those beef chants were loud.
Yeah, they were.
And shit, it was also like there was one point when you had Brody King, you had Hobbs, and I think it was just and they pretty much teamed up on Claudio. The beef chants got even louder. Such a fun match, man. Of course, Bandito's Bandito, dude. This guy can't be stopped this year. He is the unstoppable force this year. He is so damn good. And man, so like the way this match ended, Bandito was pretty much trapped. He was fighting both of the Young Bucks the best he could. Bandito tries to monkey flip Matt Jackson. Matt Jackson blocks it, and then he starts pinning Bandito, and Nick Jackson grabs Matt Jackson's leg to give him more leverage, and Bandito couldn't kick out. And the ref didn't see it, so they got the win. But that wasn't it. After that, we had Darby Allin in there. And, pretty much chaos ensued in the ring. Death Riders were beating up everybody. Darby Allin comes in, starts clearing the ring. A guy in a hood comes in, blindsides him, immediately takes off takes off his hood because he was in a hoodie. And it was Daniel Garcia.
Oh my God.
Daniel Garcia turned to the dark side. And then he face stomped him on the he missed the first one. And then Mox is like, do it again. He get the second one on the chair. And there was a lot of boos, and this is how we end AEW Dynamite.
Ooh boy. There are
So what did you think about this match in Dynamite?
The match was really good. The match was fantastic. Like all these 10-mans, like all these like multi-man and multi-women tag matches have all been great. All of them tell their own stories. It was great. Initially I thought we were gonna get the Bucks versus Brodito. I was wrong, but low-key I'm very happy I was wrong about that with the match that we are gonna get, which we'll talk about later. Mm-hmm. I think the Bucks winning was hilarious also because they needed the leg up, right? They needed like a win somewhere.
Yeah.
And now they got money again that they're probably gonna blow at Nick's gonna blow at the casino for sure. I don't know what Matt's gonna do. So it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with that. I think the right people won. It was hilarious. And I'm not gonna hold you. We've been waiting for Daniel Garcia to turn, right? We knew it was coming.
Uh-huh.
I'm still a little shocked at them doing it here. I thought, in my opinion, I thought it was gonna be like he was gonna like attack Daddy Magic and do something like that, right? I thought that's what he was gonna do. But technically, he turned on Collision when he pushed away Daddy Magic.
Yeah.
Like it was over at that point.
Yeah, it was done. You like pretty much with his promo that he cut on that Collision was like, yo, I'm done losing and I need to change something. And he decided to change something, which means he changed the scenery for him, which is the Death Riders. He's in the back of that truck now.
I think it's going to be really good for him too, personally.
Yes.
Because we talked about it, Proffitt, and I know people on like Blue Sky. I don't think they said directly to us because I didn't hear it directly from me, but I saw a lot of people saying like, oh, Daniel Garcia, he said whatever he said. It was like, you can't say that. Oh yeah, who hasn't beaten Daniel Garcia and be a serious contender? Like you can't say that about yourself and then be taken seriously.
Right.
So the best way for him to be taken seriously is to be with the faction AEW that causes the most damage. Mm-hmm. Remember, they literally killed Rampage almost a year ago. They killed a whole show.
They killed the whole show.
They held the world title hostage, and technically the trio titles hostage, for a better part of a year. Mm-hmm. Danny being with them and being with Mox specifically, we're going to see Daniel Garcia level up a lot in the next year.
Yeah, so what's the best way I can say this without kind of sounding, I don't know, I'm just going to say it. They're undoing the damage of the Jericho Appreciation Society.
That's actually a nice way to say it. I would have said it a lot worse.
Like, him joining the Death Riders and being more serious now, because when Danny Garcia first came in, he was serious. Like, he was trying to be the best professional wrestler, right?
Red Death.
The Red Death. So, when he went to the Jericho Appreciation Society, that whole sports entertainer thing screwed him. Like, it completely fucked up whatever he was doing. It changed, and this is undoing that damage. Like, getting him back to where he was, grinding, just beating the hell out of people, taking people out, like being a fierce technical wrestler, right? Mm-hmm. Like he was. And taking on all that Jericho Appreciation Society shit. Because I think that's the thing that has held him back for all this time is that one stint, because after that he had an identity crisis and he wasn't, he was kind of, I don't know, just this weird joke that no one could take serious, really.
Bruh, I fully agree with that. They definitely need to get that Jericho funk off of him, right? Yeah. They need to do that for a few people, if we're going to be completely honest. People are going to be mad at me for saying this one, but Orange Cassidy had it for a little bit. It's funny as the Mimosa match was. I mean, whatever. I think the only person that benefited heavily from Jericho from a feud was MJF.
Yes.
But MJF is that kind of character, though. Like, MJF works in the world of Chris Jericho because he's also a lunatic. So it works with Jericho. But people like Orange Cassidy, people like Ty Mello, Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara got hurt the most from the Jericho stuff. We're gonna be completely honest.
Yeah, Sammy Guevara got derailed from the Jericho Appreciation Society stuff.
Like he is just starting to get back to like getting that kind of stuff, and it took a year being with Dustin Rhodes in Ring of Honor, and then doing that turn at the last pay-per-view to really start getting him back to where he should be.
Yeah.
As for Garcia, I'm very excited to see where Garcia goes from this, because if there's anyone to help you bring that heat back and make you more serious again, it's the ace. It's Jon Moxley.
Oh yeah, it's Mox. So yeah, I'm very happy he's joining the Death Riders and going to be part of the Death Riders now.
Yeah, I can't wait to boom. I'm a boom a lot, so I'm very excited. Out of respect, of course.
But with that, man, we had another good show, and that was Collision, man. So take us through Collision.
Man, so Dynamite, we started with the match. Collision, we started with a promo. And we got the man who barely shows up to Collision, MJF. Riccaboni is the one who introduced him. Riccaboni is the one who did the interview. Before the interview started, MJF was like, hey, you just be a good little mic stand, and just you stand there and hold my mic. You don't say a damn word. You shut up, which was, not great. Then MJF did his MJF thing. That's what he did. MJF does what he does. I'm not going to talk about that part. We're going to talk about when Mark Briscoe shows up. Mark Briscoe is on the little TV screen. I almost called it a Tron. It's not a Tron. It's like a 50-inch TV on there. And this is where he announces what the stipulation is for their match at All Out. First, he said because we're in the ECW arena, we're in 2300 arena, we'll do tables because of Sabu. And second, I'm deranged, so I'd say we do thumbtacks. And not just a dozen, not 100, not 1,000, hundreds of thousands of thumbtacks. So they're going to be doing a table and tacks match. But this isn't the last time that Mark Briscoe got his hands on MJF, because that was a recording. Once MJF turned around, Mark Briscoe was right there and they started fighting immediately. MJF ran away like a coward, like he is, once Mark Briscoe got the advantage. And we have our match. Tables and tacks is what they called it. Proffitt, do you have any thoughts on this?
The fact that he was like, "Hey, look behind you, dumbass," just ran at him and started attacking him. Pretty hilarious. That stipulation, though, I'm like, oh god, there's gonna be tacks everywhere. Oh, oh, this is gonna be a match.
A lot of people were thinking dog collar, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't think AEW does. I think they will do a dog collar match eventually, but I think people don't remember the last match that Mark Briscoe had with his brother. His last tag match was a dog collar match with FTR.
Yes.
So again, like how Mark Briscoe isn't doing any tag matches, and I think people just noticed that, even though it's been a couple years now. People have just noticed that Mark Briscoe's never done a 2v2 since Jay passed.
Mm-hmm.
So just like he's never going to do a tag match, I don't think he's ever going to do a dog collar match again.
Yeah. So
I don't think people really thought about that. Tables and tacks is definitely different, but I know a lot of people were thinking dog collar, and that's just my opinion. I don't know Mark Briscoe, so I don't know what it could be, but I think I prefer something like this instead of a dog collar, personally. Yeah,
it's a different type of match.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on this one?
No, it was fun, man. Like I thought the whole thing was good. It's gonna be interesting because MJF showed up again at MLW talking to Hammerstone.
And?
Yeah.
Oh, so that must have happened like last night then.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Talking to Hammerstone. So
I thought we weren't allowed to have people with the stuff in them on AEW TV.
MJF would have got popped a long time ago. So
that is true. Well, if it wasn't going to be for that, it was going to be for his hair. One of the two.
So we're gonna, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna probably, Hammerstone probably show up and help him out or something like that. I don't know.
God, imagine your first match. You're interfering in the first match into the tables and tacks match. I am worried about the number of thumbtacks. They might. I don't know how they're gonna do this.
Me neither.
The one thing I know is that we're gonna have at least 2 tables that have a bunch of thumbtacks like glued onto them. Mm-hmm. I know that for sure. But next up, we have a couple of segments that we're gonna breeze through really quick. We got a video package of Daniel Garcia joining the Death Riders. We got to see it again. So that was fun. We just talked about it. We don't have to talk about it again. After this, we had Paragon and the conglomeration, technically. Like, I don't know. Paragon was out there with Hologram. We did get like a little interruption from El Clone for a second, and Hologram again was like, "Oh my god, my head." So at some point he's gonna split in 2. We don't know when it is, but Hologram's gonna split in 2, and we're gonna see it. This segment was basically like kind of just to hype up their match against the Death Riders. They also to like reinstate that there's still some beef between Roddy and the conglomeration. And Kyle O'Reilly is just being a goofball, as he is at this point, being completely aloof to anything that's happening. The one concern that Kyle had was that Hologram might not have actually been where he was. That it might have been a hologram. And at the end of it, he touched him to make sure. He's like, "Oh, thank God. Okay, let's go." But that's really it. There wasn't really a lot from there. They talked about the Death Riders here. Like, that's going to be the main event of Collision. Paragon versus Death Riders. So, yeah, that's really it. Do you have any thoughts on those two before we move on to our next match of the night?
Let's see. Roddy wasn't having it.
At all.
He still wasn't having it. But Kyle O'Reilly is just goofy as shit, man.
He's aloof, man. I'm telling you, aloof.
So, we're going to see where all that goes. But Hologram, he keeps showing the signs he's about to split at some point. Who knows when?
I only have one request. I want this to be as goofy as possible. I don't want this to be an in-ring segment. I want this to be a video package where like hologram's like walking back somewhere. You know the little hologram, the walk that he does. Like he's walking backstage somewhere, and all of a sudden we get like the El Clone thing, and he's starting to hold his head, and then we get like an animation of him splitting in two, and then El Clone standing right there in front of him with the red mask and everything, and then they split off. I want this to be weird, and I know that doesn't really work, but I want it to happen so bad.
It'd probably happen backstage if it happened. It wouldn't happen in the ring.
No, it wouldn't be an in-ring thing. I want it to be like a video segment, like a video package.
I mean, that could happen, yeah.
Yeah, just make the edit, make him split in two, and have El Clone and Hologram face off right there. But after this, we had our first match of the AEW Unified Championship tournament. Takeshita versus Anthony Bowens. This match is kind of getting slept on, I think. This was a really good match. I think this was, maybe not easily, but I think this was Bowens' best singles match in AEW. I mean, it was against Takeshita, though, so, you know.
It's against Takeshita.
Yeah. They were going back and forth a little bit. Takeshita did end up winning with the Falcon's Arrow, of course. I forget what he actually calls it. I don't forget what he calls it. He has another name for it.
Oh, the Raging Fire.
Raging Fire, thank you. Yeah, so Takeshita won with the Raging Fire. And it was, again, very interesting match. I think a lot of people, like I said, are sleeping on this one. Because it wasn't super long. It wasn't super crazy, but I think this was Bowens' best singles match so far. We got the one part that I really liked a lot was that mollywop that came out of nowhere that took Takeshita out of the ring. Like that was clean, bro. That shit looked good.
It was out of nowhere too.
It was so good. Like I think that was my favorite mollywop too that he's ever done, because he didn't go in the corner and do the mollywop. He just did it, and Takeshita flew out of the ring like 5 feet. It was great. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so like I said, Takeshita is winning, so Takeshita is going to be 1/3 of the match for the Unified Championship. We will talk about another one later because we have Okada versus Michael Oku coming up in a little bit. But Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the match?
The match was good, man. Bowens, yeah, I agree. It was Bowens' best match so far. And yeah, Takeshita's that guy. So yeah, it was a damn good match. And we're gonna see where this goes. As far as the Unified Championship goes, soon. So it's gonna be very fun to see what happens out of this.
Yeah, man. Next up after this, we got a video package about Mascara Dorada. He is prepared for Beast Mortos. I'm guessing he's going to be the one to win that match. I wouldn't mind either way, though.
He's probably winning that match.
Yeah, I think so. Right after this, we had our 500K 10-woman tag team match. We had Megan Bayne, Tekla, Julia Hart, Skye Blue. Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. And Triangle Madness. Versus Chris Statlander, Harley Cameron, Jamie Hayter, Ty Mello, and Anna Jay. Mm-hmm. But of course, we had Toni Storm on commentary, just killing the group as she does on commentary at this point. Just like the men's 10-man tag, the 10-woman tag was crazy. These women were flying around everywhere. They were fighting everywhere. They were trying to win this money for sure. Like we had like a lot of like nice little standoffs. We got Jamie Hayter versus Megan Bayne again. We got a nice little standoff right there. We got a little bit of Chris Statlander and Megan Bayne. We got Tekla and Jamie Hayter a little bit. Again, anything that you want in here, we got a lot from this. Let me tell you though, it was kind of short, and I was surprised on how it ended. But I think this is a good way to get that spear for Tekla to be her finisher. Mm-hmm. Because the match ended with Anna Jay and Tekla in the ring. Tekla was able to go off the rope and hit that spear that she does. And I was actually low-key surprised that it beat Anna Jay. But, hey, you got to get over a new move somehow, right? Mm-hmm. But after this, because this ain't over, Triangle Madness, Megan Bayne, and Penelope Ford, they won the money. They get $100K in their pockets each. But that's not where this ends. Because, of course, 10 women ain't enough. We got to add 2 more. Because Queen Aminata and Mina Shirakawa come down Queen Amara has a spatula, and Mina Shirakawa has a cooler, and they're out there fighting, and all hell breaks loose. It's just chaos. All these women are fighting everywhere. We get to the point where even like Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter are fighting each other in the ring. Like, it gets crazy, right? Because what we didn't talk about before this was there was a little video package, a backstage segment with the face team, Chris Statlander and her team, and they kind of weren't really fucking with each other too much. Like some of them think that Chris Statlander's with the Death Riders. Chris Statlander wants nothing to do with them. Wheeler Yuta showed up in this match before too, to like try to cheer on Stat, and Stat had to yell at him to get out of here. So everyone's not really happy with Stat right now because they don't know where Stat lies. Stat was a little bit aggressive with Jamie Hayter also, which kind of resulted into the fight after the match too.
Well, it was Jamie Hayter. Well, Jamie Hayter went at her first, right?
Yeah.
Like during the interview, Jamie Hayter was like very like aggressive towards Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander was like, Chris Statlander was like, "What the fuck did I do?
I'm not with the Death Rider. Stop doing this to me."
Yeah. So
yeah, it was really interesting. Like and this is when they talked about again that they're doing the tailgate brawl. We're doing a 10-woman tag tailgate brawl Saturday, an hour before All Out. Mm-hmm. So that should be really interesting. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on this match in the after segment?
Well, the match was great. The after segment was great too. But one of the things that happened at the end, Tekla tried to go for her, because her and Timeless Toni Storm were in the ring. Mm-hmm. She tried to spear Toni Storm, and Toni Storm jumped up and hit the Storm Zero. I thought that shit was sick. So she countered the spear. So I think that's something we're gonna either see or look out for during the pay-per-view, during the match on L.
I think that 4-way is gonna go crazy because again, we like all the women interacted with each other this time. Like we had a lot of interaction between that match and the 10-woman tailgate brawl that's gonna be happening. Mm-hmm. After this, we had another very interesting segment that I'm not sure anyone was expecting. I feel like if people said that they expect this to happen, I think that's bullshit. I'm not gonna hold you. We had Max Caster doing an open challenge. That's normal at this point.
Yeah.
Big Bill beat his ass again, as expected. Like that's not the surprise here. After this, Big Bill picks up a mic and again is talking bad about Eddie Kingston. He's like, "Hey, I don't give a shit about you. I don't like you. I hate that you're here, and I'm sick of these people thinking that you represent them, and I hate it." He also, the worst thing that Big Bill has ever said in his life, said he didn't care about Japanese wrestling and talked bad about all the people that Eddie Kingston looks up to. Mm-hmm. Calm down. You are the biggest heel to me on the planet, bro. You don't like Japanese wrestling? Relax.
Hey, he's trying to get Eddie Kingston's ass in this ring.
And it worked because we do have the graphic. We are going to be getting Eddie Kingston versus Big Bill at All Out. And I know people weirdly got weird about how Eddie Kingston coming back. I don't know what they expected them to do. Like, I don't know what you want Eddie Kingston to do. Like, you want everyone to come back as like a surprise thing every time? It's nice to have a little hype. We want Eddie Kingston back. So why, people are weird.
People, they're just dumb. Because they, the storyline that would have made sense for him to just come back out of nowhere would have been the Death Rider storyline, right?
Yeah.
But that part of the storyline is over. So he's coming back. What better way for him to come back than somebody just fucking straight out, "Yo, I'm calling you out," and have the match already on the card? I don't think there's any other, I don't think there's a problem with that unless they were expecting him to enter the Unified Championship tournament or something. I don't know.
Well, we didn't even know the tournament was happening, right? So, like...
Yeah, we didn't even know.
Yeah.
So...
It was weird.
I don't know.
You know how people are on the internet at this point. I saw it, so I had to bring it up. Like, people are mad that Eddie Kingston's coming back this way in a match. Like, I don't know.
People are mad about everything. So.
Exactly. So now, the surprising thing that happened is after this match, and after a commercial break, Anthony Bowens and Max Caster are fighting again, and they're going back and forth. This is like this is the reversal, right? Like, this is where people think that the double turn is going to be happening, because Bowens is trying to beat up Caster and he's getting booed. Every time Caster tries to fire back up, he's getting cheered. So we think that's going to be happening. But Jerry Lynn comes out. Just like last week, he's like, hey, you two idiots, figure this shit out. Because this is not working. Like, you guys are not good by yourselves. Work together. And then Caster and Bowens like, no, I don't like that guy. I hate him. Then, I'm not going to call them by their tag team name. I refuse right now. Blake Christian and Big Shotty Lee Johnson come out. And Blake Christian's on the mic saying, hey, you should be with us. You don't want to be with these losers. So we're going to do this. We're going to come down there. We're going to help you out. And then Jerry Lynn was like, you want some? Come get some. Took his shirt off. And Jerry Lynn was out there beating ass, bro. He was out there fighting.
Hey, it's Jerry Lynn, bro.
Jerry Lynn.
It's Jerry Lynn.
He could have taken on them two by himself. He almost did.
He almost did.
But this is where the interesting happens. Bowens is walking out. Caster immediately jumps in and tries to help Jerry Lynn because he's getting overwhelmed at this point, right? Bowens is looking upset. He's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Eventually, it doesn't take him long, but he jumps in also. And we get a little tag team clothesline from the previous Acclaimed, Bowens and Caster. Jerry Lynn is trying to be like, hey, y'all see what y'all did? This is what you do. And then they're both trying to be like, no. But Jerry Lynn raised both their hands up and they kind of looked at each other and they took their hands down again. They walked off opposite sides of the ring. And are we teasing an Acclaimed return? Like, what's going on? What are we going to do here? Proffitt, what are your thoughts?
So I do know one thing. When Jerry and Lynn raised both of their hands, that crowd went nuts.
Yeah.
Like, immediately, they just went nuts. So, I think they could be teasing. They could be teasing that, but it would probably be a different dynamic. If they did get back together, if the Acclaim got back together, it would be a different dynamic. They would probably be less like they were before. None of the scissor me shit or anything like that. They'd probably come back as a more serious tag team.
Yeah.
Oh no. What do you think?
I can see it. This kind of feels like to me, and I think we kind of talked about it, right? Bowens has barely been on TV, but we don't know if that's the fault of Bowens. We don't know what's going on there, right? We don't know why that's happening. Cass has been on TV a lot and been getting over and really enjoying with the crowd. Well, what were you going to say?
So Bowens has been doing a lot of stuff outside. Like, he's been on shows and things like that. So that's probably why.
Okay. This feels like a, to me, and I could be completely wrong, obviously, right? But this feels to me like, hey, breaking up the Acclaim probably wasn't the best idea. Mm-hmm. Let's reverse that. Because let's be completely honest. As fun as it is to do the Max chant, right? And as much as people are enjoying Max Caster now, actually, you know what? No. New thought. This shit feels intended.
Yep. I was gonna wait for the end to say that, but yep.
People hated Caster.
Yeah.
Now they don't. You get Bowens away from him for a little bit, let him go do his own thing, rehab Caster, and put them back together. I mean, and who knows? Maybe that wasn't the plan fully. I don't think that was the plan to begin with. Because I don't think anyone expected Caster to be a fan favorite like he is right now. With the way he's been losing a lot, and I know we talked about, he's on TV consistently, so eventually it was going to work, right? But realistically, that usually doesn't work like this.
No.
So I feel like this is like a, hey, Caster is now fixed. They're not hating him anymore. He's not doing stupid things on Twitter, I don't think, anymore. Time to put y'all back together. What do you think about that?
I think them breaking up and all that stuff is just like a really big extended storyline. Mm-hmm. After I started thinking about it, I was like, well, there's other tag teams that did this too, right? Like, I don't know how many times the Hart Foundation broke up.
Yeah.
Back in the day. The Steiner brothers, they broke up so many times. But we know who the better Steiner was, but just go to TNA Scott Steiner promos and thank me later. It's the best. But a lot of tag teams do this. They'll break up for a while, do a little, they'll break up, do a little singles run. Singles runs are go okay or whatever, and then they get back together. So I think this is probably just like a little extended storyline.
Yeah, that works out.
And it probably also, since Billy Gunn isn't there, there's no Billy Gunn. Maybe it's going to be them without Billy Gunn.
I'd be very interested in that because that's what they used to do a long time ago.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to see if they really do reunite.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I feel like they wouldn't tease it for any other reason, unless Bowens really goes heel. Which, I know we said it, Bowens being a heel might not be the best thing. Putting him back with Acclaim might be better than turning him heel. So, sometimes you gotta just let the thing play out, and we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Well, but he's acting like super heelish. He's acting like he's about to turn, but he's still got a conscience.
Literally only with Caster and Billy Gunn, though. Not anyone else.
Not anyone else, no. Just Billy Gunn and Caster.
Yeah, so it might not be a heel turn. He might just not like them right now. And AEW has been doing stuff like that before, right? Where, Hangman and Swerve were both faces for a while, and they don't like each other. Real life dynamics. But who knows? We could also be overthinking it. That could be a thing.
Could be.
Yeah, who knows? Like we always say, we are a podcast that not only watches AEW, and actually watches all the shows, we also don't pretend like we know everything. We can be wrong. We usually aren't, which is scary, but we can be wrong. Next up, we had MJF Mystico in the parking lot backstage. There's not really too much here. Mystico is excited for his match that he has coming up. But then we have the tease of MJF and Mystico because they're going to be having a match this week in CMLL. Also, John Cruz was there doing his CMLL Abe Lincoln gimmick. And Mystico slapped him, knocked him down.
Slapped the shit out of him. Shut your ass up.
So yeah, they're going to be doing that for the CMLL, I think the light heavyweight championship in Arena, Mexico this week. So should be fun to see.
Yep.
Next, we had the match that I wasn't expecting to be super good that ended up being really good. We had, again, new gear update, Adam Priest and Tommy Billington versus FTR, number 2. We had the match last week. People were very excited about it. This week, we got more. And I said this on Blue Sky. I'm going to say it here, too. Adam Priest really is a creative wrestler. The better his gear gets, the more moves he unlocks in his moveset. Because what was that DDT on the apron?
Bro, he does it in Ring of Honor all the time.
Does he? I don't watch... Oh, my God.
Watch him in Ring of Honor.
Oh, my God. Maybe that's the missing piece. Maybe that's why I didn't get Adam Priest. Because I don't watch his matches in Ring of Honor. Whenever I do sit down and watch Ring of Honor, if he's there, I'm just like, okay, skip. So maybe I should sit down and watch more of him. But yeah, this was a really good match. Again, this was the second match between FTR and Billington and Adam Priest. This one actually kind of went off a little bit crazier than the last one did. Mm-hmm. Because at this point they feel like they kind of know each other. And again, this feels like, I think I said last week, this feels like FTR's pet project. Tommy Billington and Adam Priest.
Yeah.
So they were out there doing a lot for them. Again, this was the best match out of the 3 tag matches that we've had between Priest and FTR and a partner of Priest's choice.
Yeah.
This was easily the best of the 3. Very interesting. Again, Adam Priest got his gear updated and started doing different stuff. But yeah, as expected though, FTR still won. This was definitely a lot more closer than last week's was. There were points where FTR could have lost this match, and last week there wasn't really... It was like no doubt that FTR was going to win that match. Also no doubt here either, but it was more believable that we could have got like a tap or something this week.
Yeah.
After the match, because again, FTR won, they had to cheat to do it though. We had to pull off the bottom turnbuckle. Tommy Billington hit his head off the bottom turnbuckle, hit the powerbomb, got a pin. That was it. FTR, Dax did talk to the camera about Cope and Cage, saying that it's over, that they're going to get beat. But that is it. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on this match?
Oh, the match was pretty good, man. Pretty good. Yeah. It's hilarious that you say he got another piece of gear and got more moves.
he did. Because, okay, so the first week that he wrestled, he had like just the plain black tights on, the really high black tights, right?
Yeah.
Last week, he had the black tights, the really high black tights, but it had his name on them. And he was doing more last week than he was the week before. And then yesterday, this week, He has the red on his tights now, still really high, like above his belly button. But he did that like that back corkscrew DDT thing on the apron. I don't even know what to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So he unlocks moves as he gets more parts of his gear.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. Funny enough, that's how I do my little creative wrestler league anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it just makes the most sense in my mind. And I've been saying he's been creative wrestler for like a month, and they keep on proving my point every time he steps in the ring on AEW at least. I don't know. Again, I don't know how he is in Ring of Honor. You have any thoughts on this match?
It was a good match, man. It was good. Yeah, it does seem like FTR is doing everything they can to help help catapult these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it was fun. And we're going to see what happens later this week on Saturday when they go against Cope and Christian.
It'll be interesting. What else will be interesting is we got a match announced for All Out. Ooh. We have a 4-way ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Brodito's already in there because Brodito doesn't have to be in a tournament for the titles. Okada. But then we find out who the other teams are going to be. They're going to be wrestling. We're going to see Top Flight take on Josh Alexander and Hechicero. We're going to see Jet Speed take on Luchasaurus and Kip Sabian. And we're going to see the Bang Bang Gang take on the Young Bucks. They all got little promo segments too, which was fun to see, except for the Young Bucks. Young Bucks, you know, they're too busy trying to spend their money.
Getting a limo for next week.
But yeah, we're going to get those, and the winner of all those matches will be added to the 4-way ladder match. So this should be very interesting. Right after this, we had our second match of the AEW Unified Championship Tournament. We had Okada versus Michael Oku. I'm not going to talk about too much of the match. The main thing I'm going to talk about is Michael Oku keeps on doing these like insane bumps. He got on top of the turnbuckle. Okada gave him a drop kick, and he landed flat onto, well, not even flat. He landed onto the side of the not apron, but the barricade. And you can see a welt on his back when you actually looked at his back. There was like a big red welt. Michael Oku also took a really nasty fall when he landed on his head from coming from the top of the turnbuckle. I know I don't get to watch too many Michael Oku matches because I don't get to watch Rev Pro a lot. But I heard this is what he does, and now that I've seen it with this, I also saw it with that Ospreay match from like a year ago when he beat Ospreay for the Rev Pro British Undisputed Championship.
Yep.
Come on, Michael Oku, please. You don't have to do all this. You're good. You're too good. You don't have to do all this. Please, just wrestle until your 40s, at least. Please.
Yeah. I've only seen one match where he hasn't done that.
Which one?
Ring of Honor. It was about a couple of months ago. Him versus Jay Lethal.
Oh.
Michael Oku versus Jay Lethal. He didn't do it there.
Because Jay Lethal was probably like, hey, we're not doing that shit. Stop it.
He caught him and was like, no. No, goddammit.
We will have a normal match, and you're not going to hurt yourself.
You're not going to die, okay? Stop it.
Okada was Okada in this match, though. Michael Oku did get a little bit of... He got some offense in here. He tried, but it's Okada. Ain't a lot of people really beating Okada.
No.
Okada was able to win with the Rainmaker, and Okada advances into his own tournament. Also, I think they counted this as a title defense also. So Michael Oku got a defense, which was really nice. After this, Don Callis in the ring with Okada, and Takeshita comes out. And Takeshita kind of is outside the ring, but he's kind of staring down Okada. Okada gets it. Takeshita gets it. I don't think Don Callis does. I think Don Callis thinks this is friendly. This ain't friendly.
Nope.
No. Do you have any thoughts on this match in the after segment?
The match was about as expected. Yeah. He murdered on Michael Oku. And the end part's pretty hype. Him and Takeshita standing off. I think they're probably going to have another match after this unified tournament. After the unified tournament finals match or whatever, with the three going at it, but they're probably going to have one more. That's one-on-one, Takeshita versus Okada.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen until after King of Pro Wrestling, though. I think we're going to wait a little bit of time. Because, This easily could have been a one-on-one, but we gotta get that third person in here because I'm not gonna hold you. As much as I hate saying this, because I hate being that guy. Okada can't lose right now. Takeshita can't lose right now. Takeshita cannot take a pin right now. As the G1 winner, Takeshita cannot take a pin right now.
No, not at all. Nope.
You can't.
Absolutely not.
It can't happen. He can lose a tag match. That is fine. He can lose a trios. That's fine. Right now, at least until that IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match at King of Pro Wrestling, Takeshita's shoulders cannot hit the mat for a 3 count.
No, he can't be pinned. Nope.
He can't be pinned. So eventually, once this is all settled, we will get the one-on-one match. I agree with you completely. Mm-hmm. Next up, we had our main event. We had Jon Moxley and the new Death Rider, Daniel Garcia, versus Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. Let me tell you, this was Daniel Garcia's first entrance as Death Rider, and he came out with low-key Moxley-inspired gear. I put this on Blue Sky also. If he had gear very similar to Jon Moxley during his G1 and New Japan run in 2019. Mm-hmm. It wasn't fabric like Moxley's was, but same style. He had the low boots and everything. That's the first thing I saw. I was very interested in that. Also, you can see that Garcia is different. You can see it immediately. Also, the Daddy match on commentary, but we're not going to talk about the Daddy match at the end of the match because he got ignored just like how he should have. But we're going to move on. Moxley and Garcia made a really good team against Paragon. This was a really good match, really hard hitting. You have Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Daniel Garcia and Jon Moxley in a match together. Of course, they're going to slap. Of course, it was. Yeah. This was a really, really good tag match. Going to the end of it, Kyle O'Reilly and Daniel Garcia were in the ring. Kyle O'Reilly had Garcia in an armbar. Garcia kind of flipped him, so he would be on, he was on his stomach. Garcia was on his stomach. Jon Moxley came in, did the stomp, and then Daniel Garcia grabbed that Dragon Tamer and tied that in real tight. There was no waiting this time. There was no trying to hype up the crowd. He put on that sharpshooter, turned him around, immediately turned into the Dragon Tamer. No hesitation, no nothing. That's how he was this entire match. There was one point where he wanted to do the dance, but put his hands down because he's not doing that anymore. He's Death Rider. He's not doing the dance anymore.
Get that out of here. Get that Jericho Appreciation Society shit out of here.
But yeah, this was a very different part, definitely a very different side of Daniel Garcia. They did get the win though. After the match, Daniel Garcia gets out of the ring. He's looking at Moxley. He's looking at Marine Shafir, and Daddy Magic is getting real upset. He throws his headset off, and trying to yell at Danny, what are you doing? What are you doing? And Danny is just not even looking his way at all. Daddy Magic is in his ear, yelling in his ear, not looking at him at all. He talked to Moxley immediately, and they walked off. Didn't even try to attack Daddy Magic. Nothing. Didn't look at him. Didn't acknowledge him at all. They walked off. And that is not only the end of Collision, but the last parts of our 3-week residency at the 2300 Arena. Mm-hmm. Next week, they're going to be in London. Or London, Jesus Christ. Next week, they're going to be in, almost Chicago. I did it wrong again. Canada. They're going to be in Canada next week. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the main event, the segment, and AEW being in the 2300 Arena for 3 weeks?
The main event was fun, man. It was good stuff. Roddy always brings it, dude. Roddy and Kyle O'Reilly, they always bring it as a tag team. It was good to see serious Daniel Garcia now. Just getting in there, just really grinding it out and stuff like that. Just becoming a Death Rider now. So it's really fun to see. The episode of Collision as a whole, Collision don't miss. It didn't miss at all. It was a fantastic show. Yeah, overall this week, or the 23. So the overall the 2300 Arena, I would be very hard pressed to say any of the shows in the 2300 Arena were bad. None of them were bad. They were all very fucking good. So it was excellent residency. All the shows were great. This show was excellent, and just to end off, and what a way to end off too. So fantastic all around.
I agree. If I had one nitpick, it would be that I kind of wish it was like the Chicago one, where the Chicago one they had like an arc, right? They had an arc, like Hangman had just won the title, and they had the final Death Rider arc, right? In a way, we still had a Death Rider arc with Daniel Garcia, but I kind of wish it was like we had like a bigger overarching story that started and ended in the Residency. It doesn't really matter too much. Like I said, it's a nitpick. It doesn't really matter. We got 6 really good shows from AEW.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, I really enjoyed the 2300 Arena also. I mean, yeah, man, that's it. That's Collision. Do you have any other comments, things that you want to talk about, anything else?
Nah, man, let's take it home.
All right, y'all. Y'all know how it is. We need y'all help. We need you to follow and give us a 5-star rating and enjoy the podcast on Spotify. We put this podcast up. We put our Command Grab podcast up. Eventually, we will put our anime podcast up there when we do one. Go over there. If you don't have time to watch this on YouTube, Proffitt will tell you about the YouTube in a minute. But if you don't have time to watch it on YouTube, if you can't pull up video, if you want to listen to us on the go, Spotify is the place to do it. Spotify is also the fastest place that you're going to get the podcast. The podcast will be up in about 30 minutes from where we're posting this. So it will be up very fast. It's the quickest way to hear our latest episode. So if you want that, if you want the convenience of being able to listen to us on the go, and if you don't want to open YouTube, Spotify is the place to go. Also, if you want to interact with us a little bit more outside of the podcast space, follow us on Blue Sky. You can follow the podcast at THEPW Podcast. You can follow Proffitt at Proffitt, Proffitt. You can follow me at Shikoku. I never spell mine, it's on the screen, but y'all can do that. We talk about a lot of things there. Like, I was on there talking about Bud and Canelo yesterday. Proffitt was in a heated debate about Britt Baker over there.
Oh, God. Lord have mercy.
So if y'all want to interact with us, definitely feel free to hop over there. We interact with everyone. We like to talk to people, so definitely make sure you're following us over there also. Plus, when the podcast episodes go up on YouTube and Spotify, you'll be able to see it there first if you're not already subscribed to YouTube. So definitely make sure you're following us over there. You can interact. We can do all that stuff. Proffitt, tell the people about the YouTube.
All right, guys. So first off, if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you very much. Every week I'm going to ask you to do a couple things. First things first, if you like the show, tap that like button. It helps us out. It helps us out a lot. It gets this show to everybody that would be interested in an AEW style podcast. That's that is going to be like few and far between of a podcast that actually talks about AEW. Besides that, I know we talk about a lot of things on the show. Comment. I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say, and also we'll answer back. And hell, we'll even bring it on the show. So comment, subscribe, hit that bell button so whenever our episodes go up, you get notified and you can go ahead and watch that episode, or put it on in the background, or put it on the TV while you're cleaning the house, whatever you want to do. So once again, thank you very much. And it's dinner time, so I'm hungry. So you know what that means. We're out.
Peace.